You want to get crazy? Let's get crazy. The hangover's real. I mean, the older that I get, the less that I can drink or the less it takes for me to get twisted. So I didn't really go hamburger last night, but I am feeling a little under the weather. As you can see that my voice has progressed from a cute little 12-year-old girl to a nice masculine 19-year-old boy. I'm bringing you something that I've never brought you before. As far as quantity is concerned, we're talking about 15 performance monsters. Beastmode fragrances off of my skin that are all deliciously individually sexy that I definitely recommend you to at least try. Let's roll my music so I can put you on to 15, that's 555, Beastmode fragrances in both designer and niche.
Sexy motherfucker. We're all alone in the villa. We're really here for some friends from the south side. In case you cared, out of all your friends, I want to be Cuba.
Listen, one of my beautiful peoples, you know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A, aka Hungover Cuba, aka Cuba with the brim. You know, Uncle Cuba doesn't like making long videos, nor do I like to give individual note breakdowns for all the fragrances that are gonna be listed. I just wanna put you on to them being sexy, maybe give you a couple of notes, put you on to the names, show you the bottles, and tell you, hey, go try them to see if they perform beastly on you. I'm just trying to figure out which one I wanna start with. Let's start really randomly. Super randomly. Let's start with a Freshie. Most Freshies have subpar performance. This to me has a trajectory of being an amazing performing Freshie fragrance in the summertime. It's also got like pedigree and neroli kind of vibes, but it just really always worked on my skin. It doesn't get much burn because it's singular to really warm weather, but hot weather, stuffy weather, it performs incredible. And I just gotta give props where props are due, and that's Xerjoff Neo. This fragrance has never failed me. It's a beautiful, bright, citric, white floral fragrance with outstanding, and I mean outstanding performance. Now I'm judging these based off of like a 4 or 5 spray kind of vibe. Some people overdo it more. The more you spray it on your clothes, the better performance you're going to get out of it. Now, if it's gonna be the summertime vibes that we're talking about, and you're gonna have a little SPF action going on, you're gonna get even better performance coming out of these Freshie fragrances. So Xerjoff Neo for the hot, humid, disgusting, sticky armpit, 14 fat Greek dudes in a sauna. This joint is killer. Next one. Blue Beast with powder. Amouage Black Iris. This is not a beast mode fragrance, it's a grenade, it's nuclear, it's China invading. As I mentioned in the past videos, the only tolerable Amouage Blue Beast that I can take. I don't like the original, doesn't do anything for me other than annoy me. I think that this one is right under the original Blue Beast, but now they have the Extreme version, which can't possibly be good for someone's health. It might give you a lung infection. I mean, it just can't work well for anyone around you. That's just nuclear. This is up there in nuclear status, but tolerable. Smoky, dense, powdery, and it's honestly the powdery version that really gives this some life. It's oody and just really heavy. Cold weather only, but it performs, I want to say, the entire day, 24 hours. This shit does crazy. And if you do like over 5 sprays, you just don't love your life. Next one. And when it comes to the designer fuckboy realm, Dior Sauvage Elixir. This is the best one for me. This is the one that I will wear more. This is the one that I tolerate more. This is the one that I really enjoy. It has like this coffee-ish kind of tar vibe about it that's really super sexy and mass appealing. When it comes to that Dior Sauvage DNA, which is one of the most popular DNAs out there, let's be honest, the performance factor and sex appeal of this one has at least a level of maturity and sillage that really does garner the compliments that people are looking for. For me, this one was a great release, one of the best flankers in the lineup. There's a lot of people that are kind of polarized with this particular fragrance. I think they're stupid, but it is what it is. This is a good fragrance. Even though it's fuckboyish, this is at least the more adult, sexy fuckboy version of this lineup. So Dior Sauvage Elixir, for me, well over 12 hours. Easy. It just gets better and better. I feel like the more these fragrances sit on the shelf and macerate a little bit longer, like they just do it well. Next one. To be honest with you, I'm surprised that I put this in this. This is a newer acquisition in my collection. This was a one wear type situation, but this one wear was well over 11 hours off of my skin. It felt like it wouldn't come off. Not that I was mad at it, but I was just overly surprised because on this list for like a first wear, that's pretty surprising, and that's leather to back. This joint is a beautiful fragrance. Very surprising, very natural smelling, and just is incredible on performance. I was really really surprised. It's one of these fragrances that you feel in your heart of hearts that it's gonna do well based on the notes and how it just comes off of your skin initially, but you don't anticipate that it's gonna have that kind of longevity like on first wear. I think I started testing this fragrance out somewhere along the lines of around 9 a.m. and literally bedtime, I don't know, 10 p.m. or whatever, I was still smelling this joint on my skin, not clothes. So ridiculously shocked that this joint is got like that Beastmode type longevity and sillage, because even wifey was like, yo, like rub better in the shower. So I told her to come rub it off me. Next one. I mentioned this in a previous video that I did in its singular review of this fragrance, and that's Vertus from Narcosis. This hempy, weedy, green, vetiver, sour grapefruit type fragrance is nuclear. I've expressed before how much I enjoy a cannabis type note in a fragrance. This definitely has that, and it's a real green potency, dry, citric sour fragrance, but it's beautiful actually. It has a very unique quality about it that I think it's very alluring to people who like these cannabis style notes. Like, it doesn't smell like you've been smoking weed all day, but kind of. On my wear of this fragrance, it almost got borderline annoying. Like it was a little much. And I made the mistake of doing skin and clothes, and after a wash, it still wasn't coming off. So the performance factor is definitely there in this scent profile. You just have to be the type of person who's into that herbal, green, cannabis type vibe, which I definitely am. Not that I smoke or anything like that, because I don't, or do any kind of narcotics. Next one. Same as that leather tobacco. On first impression, I was like, nah, I don't get the intense factor of this fragrance. But everybody around me was kind of like, yo, smells good, but giving me the face like, tone it down a little bit. That's Mancera Cedra Boisé Intense. I didn't get it. I wasn't the one feeling like, oh, I oversprayed or I did too much. Apparently, people around me felt like I did too much, but I didn't. So clearly this Extrait de Parfum Intense version has that intensity on it, just you might be oblivious to it, which is not uncommon when it comes to these fragrances. Like, there's sometimes that you just go completely agnostic and you just don't realize like how much you've sprayed. Like, some of the people who go hamburger on the sprays really don't realize it, but trust me, everybody around you is looking at you at some kind of way like, yo, why? And that's how I felt when they gave me compliments. Everybody was like, they gave me like a straight up backhanded compliment. Like, yo, you smell really nice. Like, chill. So clearly this was a lot more powerful than I myself even thought. So Mancera Cedra Boisé Intense is clearly intense. Other people. Next one. I had to put another homage on the list. Royal Tobacco. Landmine. Guantanamo Bay. A beast in all facets. Scent profile, performance, sillage, notes, and perfumer. Incredible. Just on this joint, 20 hours? This shit is crazy. Next one. This is an oldie, but a goodie. Still performs incredible, but this is strictly for that class act gentleman. You must be extremely well put together. You must be on some formal type tip. Like, your energy better match this scent profile, cause Encre Loire à l'Extrême is just granadas. Such a handsome scent profile that people have disregarded, especially with people with large collections like myself. This is a man's man. The masculinity level in this is a 12. The performance factor of this matches that masculinity level. As bare minimum, you're gonna get 12 hours of performance on this really affordable fragrance with an incredible gentlemanly scent profile. Warm, rich, tobacco-y, hide-ish, just straight up man's man scent profile with performance. So à l'Extrême by Lalique, lit. Next one. For me in the Dior Homme lineup, the king of kings, Dior Homme Parfum. I don't know if people really talk about how incredible this performs. This gives you clouds of sex appeal. Absolute masculinity at its finest. One of the most beautiful iris fragrances out there. This is a scent that I can absolutely endorse and go behind. And I'm not the biggest Dior Homme fan, but this one just, when something works, it just works beautifully on the skin. Not only is it a beautiful, sexy scent profile, but the performance and sillage of this is incredible off of my skin. 14-hour minimum. I know some people are still tweaked off that they can't get it in the States as readily, but it's the internet. You can just shop it around and figure it out. Start tapping into some groups and have somebody overseas buy you like 3 bottles. Love this shit and it performs crazy. Next one. Don't judge a book by its cover, because Jara Bom Bom Amber at its finest with extreme performance. Like, I don't do more than 3 on this joint. That's tops. On a 3-spray, beautiful, sweet, caramelized sugar amber fragrance like Ambra, wanna say 14 hours, 3 sprays. This little bottle, which ain't cheap, but it doesn't perform cheap or smell cheap. Concentrated as fuck. It's like one of those little roller balls that you buy at the clone houses, you know, they're actually storefronts that you just roll on and they just last forever and you have no idea what's inside of them. Only what's inside of this one is pure sex appeal. Next one. I've put this on a ton of videos. Montauk, Starry Nights. One of those fragrances in the lists of getting me in trouble when I used to work in an office type setting. Absolutely almost got me like written up. These were like by heads, not like even direct supervisors or whatever, but heads were like, yo, I think you overdid it a little bit. There's some people who have like sensitive noses or whatever. They really try to sugarcoat and walk their way around like, yo, this is just ridiculous. Like, chill, homie. Like, take it down. We know you like fragrance. We get it. This is one of those. Sweet, sexy, musky, powerful. So be easy. It shares that same profile as a lot of other Montauk fragrances. They just work very well. So Starry Nights, just be careful. Surprisingly, Stronger With You Oud by Armani does very well. Super sexy, incredibly wearable oud. It's cinnamon, it's spicy, it's got this nutmeg type vibe. It's a nice, perfect oud blend in that designer space with incredible performance. This is like 10-hour plus off of my skin, and at the 10-hour plus that I really enjoy. Very easy to wear, very fun, very playful, date night vibes. Definitely nighttime when the sun is trickling down. It's definitely a space for this particular fragrance, but you know what? It's gonna be my scent of the day. I'm just doing 2. I'm taking it easy. I'm not gonna get crazy because I'm chilling with the wife and we all know how she gets. Like, oh my God, I gotta open the car window. It's 30 degrees and it's gonna be 85, so just wait a couple of hours. Almost feels chocolatey off of my skin, like woody, chocolatey, smoky, cinnamon, spicy. Beautiful scent profile with incredible performance. I really like this one. Next one. Ooh, and we cannot forget the whiskey gem of Barra Onda by Nasamato. This is just musk wood whiskey. Nothing else you need in life. And again, one of these other small bottles that pack a huge punch. Performance-wise, very simple, something along the lines of 6 months. This shit lasts forever and will guarantee to get you a DUI. That's how good this shit is though. Like, who doesn't, like, if you're getting a DUI, you're gonna be happy because you're gonna be drunk as shit. I'm just putting it out there. And for the young bucks who wanna get crazy, Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP. When you see that dark bottle with that little frosted gradients, you're talking about fuckboy power, baby. Blubber fragrance. If you want that performance factor, that blue quality, just that lasts forever, this is a scent profile you want to look into. This one is kind of like annoyingly long lasting for me. Not a fragrance that I reach for a lot, to be honest with you, but it's a good scent profile. It works, tons of compliments for other people. Not for me, because I don't wear it that much. These are scent profiles that work. The Yves Saint Laurent line I felt is a little bit juvenile. This is still a little bit more adult-ish, but it's extremely easy to wear. And I actually got a DM like 3 weeks ago about somebody like, yo, I saw this in your video, I picked it up, wow, it's incredible, whatever. I was like, did I give it that much kudos? I mean, I'm glad you like it and I'm glad you love it, but I kind of don't wear it that much. But people do rock with this joint and it lasts absolutely forever. This is your full work shift plus. So Yves Saint Laurent Y, if you want that mass appeal, clubby, date night, kind of generic type situation, still a good scent profile that will last, and last and certainly not least. The Illuminati Zone Initio Oud for greatness. It's just good. There's nothing more to say about this joint. It's an incredible, wearable, high quality, sexy oud fragrance. Does not need a Viagra, Cialis, or that little blue pill that's sponsored in every video. If you wanna sponsor me, you're welcome to. I'll pop a pill right here and show everybody the wood. I'm kidding, I wouldn't. OnlyFans. Oud wood can easily get me 15 hours. easy, without even blinking. No matter what sprays, this shit just goes and goes and goes. Old school Energizer Bunny status. These are 15 nuclear fragrances, beast mode fragrances, performers. All have that super sexy mass appeal quality. They all perform outstanding with both sillage and longevity. You got uniqueness here, you got mass appeal, you got niche, you got designer, you got the ultimate performance list. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart, and I'll see y'all snitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. Trust me, these 15 ain't it. There's still more. You want a part 2? Let's see. Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. Cubaknow.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, molar roller, start attack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.